Hello, this is Broyar, and welcome back to another episode of our Let's Play for Farming Simulator 22 as we continue our French orchards map here. And we've got some vines finally growing again. We also got some grass starting to come up a little bit. I think we can wait a little bit longer before we mow this down. Other than the fact that it does say we're back to where it needs plowing again. Didn't we get rid of that a little bit before? Am I misremembering? I'll be honest. Some of my series are starting to confuse me a little bit. I think we can do the little cultivator thing, right? And get rid of at least some of this plowing issues that we're seeing right now. And the reason this over here doesn't need is because we actually legitimately plowed that, if I remember correctly. I could be wrong. But one thing I wanted to show is that I was looking over here at the grape stuff. I came over here to the disc thingamajigger. And we had one of these before, obviously, but we returned it because of the lease cost every day. They have changed it. So now there is a base cost, $100. There is a per work day, which is $50, and there's a per work hour, which is $105. So I'm assuming, if I'm reading this right, if we buy this, for one, we're going to pay $255 up front. Okay, fine. But then every day that we have it, I'm assuming if it's just sitting there, we're paying $50, which isn't a lot, honestly. It may be worth keeping at this point. So that we don't have to pay that base cost again, although, something to think about. Anyway, but as far as the work hour, I'm assuming that means for every hour you've actually used it within, the hours that get clocked on the machinery, you pay an extra $105 for that. So a couple different ways for the leases to kind of come up. I like the system a little bit better. It means that you can lease something. If it's just going to sit there for most of the year, you're not paying a ton of money. You only pay for it really when you use it. So it's definitely a better system in all. But we do have to lease this because we are a little bit low in money, and we have to have enough money to lease the grape harvesting equipment, which is $13,000. Now we're going to be able to sell some other stuff, some of the tomatoes and lettuce and things like that. Hopefully by the time that comes back around, but it is an expense that we've got to worry about, something we've got to think about. So let's go pick this thing up and zip back over here and see if we can get some progress on the plowing side of things as I go across this guy's field. My apologies, sir. I'm not really sorry. I'll be honest. I've got to confess that I enjoyed driving over his field quite a bit. He's actually not a very nice guy. It's kind of one of those things. We both kind of hate each other. Hate's probably a strong word. Really dislike each other a lot. And he drives over my fields. I drove over his. It's just kind of the way it works. I think he's the one that stole the tomatoes, actually. Can you say? Did we just go airborne? Oh, I love taking a tractor airborne. That's so good. All right, let's get this rolling. Lower. Okay, so that's definitely getting rid of the plowing need. So if I can not scrape against the side here, scratching up my paint. Or maybe scratching off the dirt I've been working so hard to put on my vehicle. I wonder if I'm being too precise with this. Do you really need to go hug both sides of the posts, of the sticks? Or can you just go right down the middle? If anybody knows, let me know. Actually, I can experiment, right? I could do about half of these driving down both sides, and I can do half maybe just driving down the middle and see if we get the same number of grapes from them. Wish it showed up a little bit easier, like visually, that this was actually happening. Come on, go forward. You can do it. Take it sweet time. lot of tomatoes over there. Got a decent chunk of lettuce coming out. Hopefully we'll get a bunch more soon as the price comes back up. We definitely did a good payday. I think our chickens are old enough. All of our chickens, or the ones we bought that were young originally. I think those are old enough now, aren't they? We'll check here in a minute. I'm not sure if I'm going to do half of these. I may just do a few. And then do the rest just go driving right down the middle. See what kind of difference it makes from that. Come on, I'm not that close. This feels very inefficient doing it this way, I guess is the big thing. But at the end of the day, if it gives you more grapes, then I guess that's where the efficiency comes back. All right, I'm gonna do one more close row here. We'll just do 2 rows total, and then we'll kind of just drive down the middle of whatever's after that. See what kind of difference it makes. It may cost me a lot of grapes, but at the end of the day, it's kind of a gamble. It's basically like I'm risking not having to do too much work to be able to get the same amount of product, and we'll find out if it does in fact work that way. And if it does, then I'll be very happy to have saved myself some work. If not, well, then I guess I'm getting the amount of product I deserve for the amount of work I put into it. So I guess at the end of the day, either way, it seems worth it. It can either be break even, where I get meh product and I put in meh effort, or it can be really good. So I don't know if there's necessarily a bad there. All right, so that's the 2 rows there. And then we'll just start going down the middles. Make it a lot easier to drive too, though. I can set on the auto cruise. I mean, there's definitely a line right where the sticks are of like not plowed ground. I suspect this makes a difference, but we'll know for sure once we try it. I wonder if they've changed the prices of the grapevines in the patch. I didn't see anything about that. Wish it showed us visually again that I was doing this, because it's kind of hard to see where we have and have not. Check on my chickens here in a second. We'll get turned around, get on the auto cruise, and see how my chickens are doing. Y'all doing, chickens? Let's see here. Y'all are. Yeah. Oh no, you're not quite there. One more month. One more month. How's our prices looking? I haven't really been fast forwarding or anything, so I doubt they're that much different than the last time I checked. Tomatoes are starting to come back up. They're about to be at average price. So not quite to a good price yet. All right, I'll go ahead and put a pause in the video. We'll come back once I've done a little bit more. That way you don't have to sit here through all of this. We'll be right back. All right, we are back. We just finished up, well, as many rows as I plan on doing. I will show you here in a second. Let me get turned around over here. We are going to go ahead and drop this piece of equipment off because, you know, doing the math, if I was going to do another harvest or do something else in like 2 months, 3 months, something like that, it might be worth keeping. I guess 2 months would be because you still have to pay the initial cost, which is $100. If I were to turn it back in and get it back, you know, month after next, well, then I've cost myself money. But if I'm going to not use it again for a year, well, then I just still definitely need to turn it back in. So we're going to turn this back in. I am going to go ahead and pick up the fertilizer and go from there. I do want to show you guys what I did. So I did complete rows on these first 2 rows. And of course, these over here have also been complete, to be fair. So we can use those as another estimate. I did just middle bits on these some stuff in the section. Then I left some that are completely unplowed. Because I really do want to see how much of a difference it's really making. So we'll just kind of, we'll see what that looks like here in a minute. Same thing with fertilizer. I'm probably not going to fertilize literally everything. I'm probably just going to fertilize, you know, a big chunk of it, and then we'll see what the fertilizer does as well. Because I'm just kind of curious now how much of a difference we're making with the amount of money we put into these. No, I guess I should unhook you. Turn you in here in a second. I know I could turn you in from the menu, but that's all right. We'll just turn you in right here. We were coming over here anyway. So return you. Cost us probably what, 100? I guess it cost us the 255 initially, which is unfortunate, but that's all right. Let's go down here to grapes. We're going to grab you and okay. Definitely want to lease you. Oh, I need to borrow some more money. We might not have enough money to rent the harvester at this rate. We're getting pretty low. I'll borrow everything I can just so I know where we're at, but all right. Lease $1,400. Oof. I mean, it's pretty rough, but I mean, we definitely want to. Pretty sure we do want the fertilizer everything. I'm just going to do an experiment on like a couple rows that we don't fertilize just to see what happens. But pretty sure we want everything fertilized. I actually got to buy this massive thing of liquid fertilizer, not another smaller size. That's unfortunate. $5,000 right there. We are getting low. I mean, we're gonna have more money from the lettuce and tomatoes and eggs, so we should still be able to lease the equipment for the harvest, but it's definitely getting a bit tight. It's a very interesting sprayer. I think I saw somewhere that we want to turn it on to double spray. Oh, that thing only filled up halfway. Oh, I bet this thing goes through fast, considering we have to do so many paths up and down. This may be very expensive to fertilize. It's very bumpy over here. Good news is I'm pretty confident that we can just drive down the middle here. Again, how do we tell it to spray double? Or do we just go back and forth twice? I don't see an option to spray it more than once. I could have sworn it said if you've got it on the double spray, it'll get you twice as much fertilizing done. Are we actually getting this fertilized? Or am I wasting my time at this point in time? No, we're definitely getting fertilized. If I were to turn back around and spray it a second time, would that? Well, okay, I bet this one in the middle, right? Wouldn't these get sprayed a second time because we're passing by them twice? It feels like that would be potentially how this could work. And if it doesn't, then I guess we would just... No, it's not working that way. So we just want to skip every other one. What did it say about double spraying this? I know it said something. Something on one of these menus? No. Okay, well, you guys know, let me know, but it does look like we can skip every other one, though. So we did that one. We want to come over here. Or was there another thing that I could use? This is just the one in the grape menu. There might have been another one that I could grab that does it twice. Thankfully, it's not using a ton of fertilizer, so we should definitely have enough for what we need to do here. Wait, that's not... Okay. I do have to go down that middle section. Huh. Oh, okay, so it's just spraying the ground, and the ground's giving me credit for fertilizing? A little unexpected. Need to turn off the plowing so I can at least see it. No, we might have gotten credit for it. It's just the plowing was covering it up a bit. I think that's what was happening. I think we were technically getting credit for both sides. Well, for the vines themselves. I mean, maybe not the grass, but is fertilizing the grass really something we care about? I actually don't know. If I come over here, I did that one. I can come to this one, right? Let me turn the lights on. Let it go. Put on the auto cruise. Yeah, I think we're okay. I mean, a couple gaps here and there, but I'm assuming that's just the ground. The grapes themselves seem to be getting fertilized just fine. Skip another one. I'm gonna do one more. I believe like the last couple rows. I'm pretty confident about the fertilizing making a difference. I'm less confident about the plowing making a difference. So we'll leave. We'll just leave like a couple of strands at the very end. This one? Did I get too close? No, we're good, I think. Yeah. We good. I'll do one more row on the way back, and that'll leave just two rows that just don't have any fertilizer on them. I mean, at this point, I assume I'm going to need to fertilize again on the next kind of growth stage to get that second layer of fertilization done. Hit the wrong button. Don't want to turn the lights on. I want to turn the auto control on. Cruise control. All right, there we go. Let's just pull this over here to the side. Unload the fertilizer we've got. We can return this piece of equipment. Oh, no, we're going to need to do it again next month. So in this case, we will want to hold on to it for one more month to do the second round. But then we'll turn it in tomorrow. I was going to check real quick to see grape technology. Nope, that's the only one I see. Huh. Oh, and it does do herbicide as well. Or maybe this is just because the sprayer can be used for other things. I haven't seen any actual weeds grow over here yet. Okay, so we can see the yield bonus, plus 53%. Okay, is that new? Why do I not remember the yield bonus showing up there before? Fertilized 40%, 67%, 60%, 60%. Okay, what if we come over here to, like over here? 60%, around 60%, right? It's about 40% fertilized. 60 to 66% is the yield bonus on these because of the fertilization, I'm assuming. And let's go down to this other far left side over here where it's been like super extra plowed. 75%. Still only about 45% fertilized, but 75% yield bonus. Really? So the double close does make a difference. Wow. I mean, is 6% worth the extra time? Don't know. The fertilizing's easy. That makes sense to do that. But then where was it where we didn't plow at all? Like right here? Let's turn the plow back on. One row over. Right about here. Not plowed at all. 30 fertilization is a little bit lower. Yield's still about 60% though, almost to 60%. Interesting. I don't know, something to kind of play around. We'll see how much that actually maths out to once we do the grapes. Does seem to be a noticeable difference, especially now that we can actually see what the yield bonus is. But I mean, the fertilizing absolutely seems worth doing, right? Doing a couple rounds of that's quick and easy. Whether or not the plowing is worth doing more than once, because we are at least still getting a bonus from the ones that have some plowing done. We're just not getting the maximum bonus. So whatever that means. All right, how are we doing on... let's go ahead and start fast forwarding quite a bit here. And we'll check the prices. Let's check the used equipment first. Still nothing. Prices. Keep an eye on those tomatoes. See if those start going up here soon. Oh, see how my chickens are doing. Yeah, one more month on the puberty on the rest of those. Once that happens, we will sell a few of whatever chickens we want to sell. Just so we can start reproducing some new ones. A decent number of tomatoes even stockpiled up in there. Lettuce is almost full. Still nothing that we care about. Eggs still at a... I mean, it's the prices are on... Maybe the prices on my spreadsheet are wrong. Because I have not seen the eggs come even close to that price yet. Now, granted, the good egg time period is... Well, November, December. So, we should have seen them not that long ago. But maybe... I think we got the chickens in December, didn't we? So, we probably just missed it. All right, well, I'm not seeing anything. The price is changing enough to matter right at the moment. So we are going to we're going to go ahead and fast forward to tomorrow and check everything out then. And then we'll probably call it an episode right after that. Go and sleep till tomorrow. I assume we can start cutting the grass on our grapes soon too. Or can we do that already? I'm still a little bit unsure of... Like, that doesn't look like it's ready to be cut yet. We've only got one stage of growth over here on the vines. So I'm going to wait and see if the grass grows a little bit taller before we need to cut it. I think I heard somewhere that adds a stage of, like, productivity as well. Still nothing on the used vehicle sale that we care about. Tomatoes are at an average price, but not a great price. Lettuce at an average price, actually a little bit below average, but going up. And then eggs. I mean, not at a good price. They're at almost to average. Average is $11.20. So the farmer's market almost at average. I'm hoping it keeps going up from there. We can actually start selling some eggs off. Not that we have a ton of eggs, to be fair. Oh, and we can start selling our chickens. Let's go look at that real quick. So we've got... So you're halfway through reproduction. You are starting over... Actually, it's a good time to sell, you guys, because your reproduction is back at 0. So if we sell like 5 of these, maybe... We go to what we have over here, the 12 months olds. I don't know if they reproduce any faster at 12 months versus 6 months. I don't think there's a difference there other than just there is an age, difference as far as breaking them apart here. So if we just come in here and we just sold like 5 of these, like half of them, that should allow us to get some new ones born in. Or is it just better to hold on to them and let them just keep making eggs? Honestly, it's probably just better to hold on to them. Let them make eggs at the maximum rate. Yeah, we're going to lose some cycling of chickens coming in, but do we really need that when we've got eggs coming out? The eggs are going to be worth, a decent chunk of money. What is wrong with you, mister? Are you sleeping? Oh, you can see it breathing a little bit. That is kind of cool. Oh, you're sleeping too. Oh, that's so cool. I didn't know that they added that in, that you can see them sleeping. That's actually really cool. All right, well, we're going to cut in there. When we come back, we will hopefully be selling some tomatoes, some lettuce, some eggs, little different things here and there. Possibly doing some more stuff with our fields over here, seeing what that looks like. I'm glad we can see the yield bonuses, though. We can really see how much of a difference it makes in different spots. And again, this is the spot that we did the most work on over here. So we're definitely seeing a much better yield bonus over here, but we'll see what happens. We're going to add it all up. We're going to do some math and just really determine what comes out to being worth doing and what's, easier to just skimp by. I say skimp by. That sounds bad, but I just like, trying to find some efficiencies where we can. We can, I guess, go ahead and start doing some fertilization. Let's get that rolling, and then I'll probably call the episode right after I start this. Although they don't look like they're in another stage of growth, right? They're in a slightly different stage. Let's see if this makes any difference yet. We didn't have to fertilize the first time around because they were already doubly fertilized from destroying the crops that they were sitting on. That's definitely making a difference. We're definitely getting the second stage. I'm gonna do a couple rows and then we'll jump out and we'll check the yields and stuff. Just a little bit on the end over there. That's all right. Turn off the plowing because we don't care about that right now. I mean, we know it's not done, so I'm not going to overthink it too much. And we're still getting a little bit of a gap there in the middle, but I'm hoping it doesn't matter too much. We'll find out. All right, let's jump out here. Check what the yields look like now. So the yields over here we're at 90%, 85% fertilized, 90, 95, something like that. I think mowing down the grass will give us a little bit more, if I remember correctly. And then over here, we're 90%, kind of flirting around 90%, 88, 80%, 87%. Definitely, like I said, definitely lower than the double cultivated section. Oh, well, I'll keep doing this. I'll get the rest of this fertilized. And then we'll come back next episode for whatever's going to happen next. Like I said, selling some product, hopefully. And then just keep on keeping on. But I do appreciate you guys watching. May God bless you, and I hope you join me again next time. Thank you, and goodbye.